Hello to everyone. Myself Habibur Rahman, Assistant Professor of Business Administration, Islamia College Autonomous, Vaniambadi. Guys, let's focus on very important topic of our subject, principles of management. That is 14 principles of management, or we can even say Henry Fayol's principles of management. Henry Fayol is management guru who have given 14 principles for proper management. Whenever you want to do management, whenever you want to apply management concepts, if you follow these 14 principles, definitely you can achieve organizational goals very easily. So fine guys, let's focus on it. 14 principles of management. Point number one, division of work. Point number two, authority and power. Point number three, discipline. Point number four, unity of command. Point number five, unity of direction. Point number six, subordination of individual interest into group. Point number seven, remuneration of personnel. Point number eight, centralization and decentralization. Point number nine, scalar chain. Point number 10, order. Point number 11, equity. Point number 12, stability of tenure personnel. Point number 13, initiative. Point number 14, unity is strength. These are the 14 points given by the Henry Fayol, and even with your exam point of view, this is 100% important question from unit 1 chapter 1. I'm saying guys, please keep in your mind, very important question from the subject management is 14 principles of management, section C question. Okay guys, let's focus on what point number 1 is. Division of work. Division of work refers to dividing of work among the subordinates. Division of labor is applied to both technical and managerial work. The total work should be divided. Such conditions are called departmentation. Yes guys, what management says that one man should not do all the work. Full work should be done by different men. For example, one tailor is there. What he will do, he will stitch your collar. Another tailor, what he will do, he will stitch your pocket, he will cut the shirt. So alterations done by different tailors, 2 3 4 tailors may combined together and do the work, then only your shirt will come into finished product. So we cannot force only one person to do all the work. What is the best management is, you need to divide the work, you need to give different work to different people. Okay, later on combine the work, then you may say, you may see the success. Okay, so very important point is division of work. You need to divide the work, give different work to different people, then you can easily get work from others. Point number 2 speaks about authority and power. Authority is the power or official right of a manager. It comes to him by virtue of his official position. Yes guys, manager means he will be having certain power in the company. He need to use the power in the right way. He should not see any bias, partiality. He is known person, sir, we can leave him, sir. No, it is not going to happen in the organization. Everyone are equal. You need to treat every employees equally. Next, responsibility. Responsibility is the duty or obligation on the part of a subordinate to account for the work done by him. Yes guys, whatever subordinates, that is employees, does, who is responsible? Manager only responsible for subordinates work. So a manager should get work from others in the proper manner. Point number 3, discipline. Discipline means following the rules and regulations accurately. It is essential for the smooth running of business, and business can run properly. Yes guys, discipline maintaining is very important point, right from school, college, even in companies. If there is no discipline, work cannot be accomplished, work cannot be done on time, company aim cannot be attained. If there is proper discipline, everything will be smooth and perfect. Point number 4 speaks about unity of command. Unity of command refers to one person should receive order from only one superior or supervisor. Yes guys, if an employee gets order from one supervisor or one manager, definitely he can be able to perform the task perfectly. If he receives 2 orders, 3 orders from different managers, then he will get confused to do what work. Okay, he may have certain question that first manager says this, second manager says that, third manager says this. So what to do? That question will arise in the mind of the employee. So one employee must be having one manager. That will be a great chain for the organization. Next, point number 5, unity of direction. The principle of unity of direction implies that there should be one head, one plan for a group of activities having the same objective. Yes guys, if there is only one head, planning will be perfect, and the importing of planning skills can be done very easily, and implementation of planning can also be happen easily. So direction level flows in the right manner. Next, point number 6 speaks about subordination of individual. An individual has its own interest. At the same time, the organization has its own interest. Here, the interest of an organization called as group interest, every employee has to follow the rules and regulations of the organization. Yes, guys, the individual employee objective and the organizational objective must be same. I'm speaking about professional level. If employee enters in the organization, his objective must be to do the work properly. Same way for organization also, attaining the objectives is very important role. Employee should work towards the achievement of organizational objectives. Even organization should follow rules and regulations which can leads to attain the organizational goals on time. So employees interest, employees objective and organizational objective must be matched. There should not be any mismatch. They should always be uniform. Next, point number 7 speaks about remuneration of personnel. The remuneration of personnel should be fair. The subordinate must be satisfied by the remuneration. Yes, guys, right position, right salary is very, very important point in modern era. Okay, irrespective of the qualification, irrespective of the experience, if they don't get proper pay, they don't work with 100% satisfaction level. Next, point number 8, centralization and decentralization. Centralization refers to that organizational structure where decision making is in the hands of top level management. Centralization of authority is essential for small scale industry. Centralized means for throughout the whole company, there will be only one operating officers. Okay, and decentralization refers to transfer of power by top level management to middle level management or low level management. It is delegation of authority. Yes guys, under decentralization concept, there will be different officers for different departments, but under centralization, for entire organization there will be only one office. So if there is different departments handling different officers, different powers is given to the different departments, means work can easily done. Next, point number 9, scalar chain. The principles denotes a series of superior and subordinate relationship in the organizational, higher from top level management to low level management. Yes, guys, there should be a proper chain, top level to middle level to low level. Top level management should not instruct or should not tell the rules and regulations directly to the worker level, because he should there is a chain, there is a flow of chain, flow of command. They should always keeps middle level management support first. They need to tell what our decision is, what our objective is to the middle level management. Then middle level management receives the orders from top level management and they will import the orders to the low level management. Next, point number 10, order. This principle is concerned with arrangement of things and placement of people. Every manager should direct his subordinates based on order received by him. Yes guys, order is very important, instructions is very important in the organization. Point number 11 speaks about equity. Equity refers to combination of fairness and kindness to justice. All the employees of organization must be treated equally. Yes guys, there should not be any bias, there should not be any partiality among the employees. A manager must treat every employee equally. That is what the important factors we can say, very important principles we can say, very important point we can say. At present market, in most of the industry, equality is not there. Wherever equality is not there, automatically employee satisfaction level goes down. Next point, point number 12 is stability of tenure personnel. It is important that employees must stay in organization for a longer period of time as possible. Employees should not shift one organization to another organization. Yes guys, When in those companies where employees stays for longer time, we can say it is one of the successful company. If employees keeps on shifting from one company to another company, then the training amount spent on employees get wasted, the materials spent on the employees gets wasted, all the efforts which is given to the employees gets wasted. So for asking the employees to stay in our organization, what you have to do, you need to take care of the employees personal life, professional life, you need to pay monetary benefits, you need to take care of non-monetary benefits of the employees and all the things. Point number 13, initial. This principle state that employee should give an ample space to demonstrate his creative work. They should be given a space to express their talents. Yes guys, always we need to allow the employees of the organization to utilize their skills. How we can utilize the employees talents when we allow them to take part in decision making process. So initiality is very very important principles of management. And last principles of management is unity is strength. Unity is strength or teamwork spirit. All the employees are put together as a team in order to achieve the objectives of the organization. Management should not adopt the policy of divide and rule. Yes, guys, always you need to make unity, the jointness, or we can say all the employees should do the work in the combined manner. There should be a merger concept between the employees, and no employees should blame one another when it is going to happen when you don't follow the unity among the employees of the organization. So guys, the last point, very very important point, all the employees in the organization should have better coordination, better communication, then only the organizational goals can be achieved easily. So thank you guys. Next topic we'll discuss in next class. Wish you all the best.